What's up everybody? Welcome to S3 Magazine. My name's Taylor. Today we're going to be installing a set of Corbeau A4 seats in my 2002 Z06. If you know anything about Corvettes or you're a Corvette owner, you know that these seats in these cars are horrible. Today we're going to be swapping the stock seats out with a set of Corbeau seats that are going to absolutely change how this car feels, and I could not be more excited. Let's get into it. Nobody likes to start working on their car while it's dirty, so let's get this car cleaned up, pull it in the garage, and get to work. So as you can tell, we have the Corbeau A4s. These are in the black suede, and they have like a leather side bolster to protect against all the wear, which is gonna be super, super nice when it comes to getting in and out of the car and not destroying my brand new seats. So let's keep getting them unboxed. Now, Corbeau does offer a ton of really awesome options with these seats. They offer a fifth little hole in the bottom of the seat if you wanted to run a 5-point harness instead of a 4-point. They also add adjustable lumbar support with an air pump that would kind of go off the back of the seat, and you'd be able to pump air into the lumbar support. I didn't option that out because I like to have flat back seats. Might be against the popular opinion, but I do enjoy a flat back seat. I think when it comes to seat designs too, these seats are a timeless design. It's a very classic looking racing seat. Overall, they're gonna fit perfect in this car. One thing worth noting is Corvettes are very, very narrow in the seat department. The transmission tunnel and the doors, the space in between is very, very small. So what you actually have to do with your seats is mount them backwards. So you have to use the passenger seat as the driver's seat and the driver's seat as the passenger seat. So your controls are gonna be swapped. So your adjustment control will be against the transmission tunnel. Luckily, the Corbeau reps know this and they sell you the seats correctly. So if you wanna spec out your seats, they actually put all that into the passenger seat so that you can have the right seat where it belongs. Otherwise, the seats would not fit. Something else that goes unnoticed usually is a set of instructions. If you go by universal seats and universal brackets, you'll never have instructions. Usually you end up having to cut the brackets anyway, so to have a set of tailored instructions for your car for the application is going to absolutely streamline this install. Next step, let's get these brackets on the seats and get the old seats out of the car and get ready to put these in. All right, so for this install, all you need are some simple hand tools. You'll need a ratchet, some pliers, an Allen key. The Allen key is actually a 6mm, so make sure you have that size. You'll need a 15mm flat wrench, some extensions, a 15mm socket, and an 18mm socket. And that's all the tools you're gonna need. So when it comes to removing the stock seats, the only thing you have to do is take off these little covers and remove the bolts, and the seat should pop out. There may be one electrical connection under. I'm not sure, but there is power seats, so I'm sure we're gonna have to undo something electrically. And let's get these seats out and get them side by side so we can make a comparison. Removing the stock seat is super easy. You take off these two little covers, pop those 4 nuts off, and you undo one electrical connection. I recommend using a flathead screwdriver for the electrical connection. It's very, very, very tight. So yeah, pop that off, the seat comes out, and now we have a comparison. Let's get into it. We all know that GM is not known for having good interiors, and this one is right on par with what we expect. This leather is kind of gross after 20 years, and the seat kind of flops back and forth really bad without having anything. Yeah, so they both do that. It's a really common Corvette thing. Something I think we can all appreciate when getting a new car is cleaning it out and finding things. I managed to find a couple dollars worth of change. I found a Advance Auto coupon from 2016, so I know the seats haven't been out since at least 2016 because this was buried under there. The next step in the process is to get the bolts out of the seats and onto the brackets. The brackets themselves are made out of a thick steel. This feels very secure. I could basically stand on this and jump up and down and have zero issues with it. So overall, a really good design. I love that the slider already comes on the bracket. That can definitely save you some money and some headache trying to fit sliders onto different brackets and all that mess. So good on you, Corbeau. This looks awesome. Don't be like me. After we just had this conversation about needing to put the seats on backwards, I put the wrong bracket on. Use the other bracket and put it back on here. So we're gonna redo that. All right, the brackets are on. It's a super easy install because the slider's already on the bracket. These little bolts in here just have really long threads, so it just takes a second by hand. But overall, super easy. Let's get the seat belt mounts on, and then we will put the seats in the car. All right, with both seat belts on, I think it is officially time to install the seats in the car. All right, so we got the driver's seat in. It looks fantastic. The only thing to mention is that when you're putting the bolts in for the lower bolts here, don't tighten them down in the front all the way. Get all of them just hand tight and then go through and tighten them each individually. So for the front ones, you'll have to use a wrench. A ratcheting wrench is preferred because of the brackets. In the rear, you can use an impact and an extension. These bolts are 15 millimeters. Overall, I'm so happy with how this driver's seat looks. I'm excited to get in there and sit in it and feel it. Before we do that, let's get the passenger seat in. All right, so the passenger seat is in, and it looks so good. There's nothing better than a fresh set of seats in a car. Nothing left to do but take it for a test drive. So let's pull it out, look at the seats outside, and then go for a ride. First impressions, these seats make an insane difference with this car. The hip bolstering along with the sides and the thighs, it feels so good. I really like being planted in the seat, not gonna be thrown around when I'm taking turns hard. With the old seats, you get thrown around this car like it's a jungle gym. It's insane. The difference is astronomical. The seats feel so good in the interior. It really freshens everything up. The car feels 20 years newer, which is kind of crazy that a set of seats would do that. The downfall of these cars is the interior. You know, the performance and the handling is all there. The interior just not really up to par. I'm a bigger guy. I have a size 36 waist. If you were any bigger, maybe like a 38 or 40, they might be a little too snug. For me, I fit perfect. I'm also 5'10", and I got shaved rails, so that adds some headroom to the top. I can fit you know, a fist and some above my head. So definitely, if I need to wear a helmet, I can wear a helmet. If you're in the market for these seats and you want to drive your car aggressively, I would recommend doing the shaved brackets, because you get an extra 1.5 inches of clearance down. Otherwise, you're sitting more up in the seat. These seats feel like I'm sitting in the stock position. As far as the pedals go, you're not sitting much higher than the stock seats are. Huge shout out to Corbeau today for sending the seats out. The link will be in the description for everything that I got from my car. They really have the support to help you get whatever you need. Their staff is knowledgeable on, you know, different platforms. They knew that I needed to put my adjusters on this side so that the seats would fit, and that's huge. To have good customer support and good quality is all you can ask for in a company, and Corbeau really does have all that. Thank you guys for watching. If you love magazines and you want a free t-shirt, go subscribe to S3 Magazine, link in the description. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the little bell if you want. Stay tuned for more Corvette content. See you guys in the next one. Peace.